Hello everyone, it's Zort Rider here and welcome to another week in toys, and as you can see, there's a slight change of scenery here. I'm recording this in my hotel from the land of Newcastle, from Geordietown. I've been working up here all week. I'm going back on Thursday, today is Wednesday. But I was lucky enough after travelling in to spend a little bit of time with my good mate Dave Shop. Now, I haven't seen him since before COVID and it was amazing to spend a bit of time with him. I ended up doing a bit of work from his house, but we managed to just run around the shops, literally a whistle-stop tour of a couple of toy shops. We then went back to his house.
Just some shake on in the background.
You don't get more shot than the Phantom Menace.
You don't. Well, the second one was worse, I think.
Attack of the Clones?
Yeah, that's the worst Star Wars thing of all time.
While I was working, he watched The Phantom Menace and kept telling me how rubbish it was. And basically, then we had a look through some of his toys in storage. We did a few swapsies. I saw his collection. His collection is awesome. I think this is the first time I've actually seen someone else's collection like in person. And it was amazing to see this guy's collection, who I've been watching his videos of from long before we were friends. And his hot rod collection is phenomenal. The thing I loved about Dave's collection is like he will display different lines together from different genres. Like, for example, like he would have, I don't know, Siege Impactor next to something from like Universe Onslaught, say, for example, or whatever. And I really like that about his display. But thank you for letting me around, Dave. I really appreciated it. You were a top bloke, and we had some food and all that kind of stuff. It was awesome. I did pick up a toy from Forbidden Planet. I picked up Burnout. Burnout was one that I didn't want to pay full price for, and it's funny, me and Luffy at the NAC Toy Fair were talking about the fact that I didn't pick up Burnout. I wasn't really interested in Crosscut, but if Crosscut's cheap, I'll pick him up. And he was a tenner. Not bad at all. So yeah, it's a she, isn't it, actually, this one. Don't really collect the Diaclone Universe ones, but for a tenner, I couldn't really moan, so that was pretty awesome. I've also picked up something for Oliver while I'm here. He loves his Funko Pops and he loves Ant-Man, so I've picked him up the Wasp. I got him Ant-Man for Easter. £6. Dirt cheap. Absolutely dirt cheap. And then we got to some swapsies. We thought we were gonna there was a couple of things that we kind of agreed on before. I gave him my KO MP hot rod that I picked up from eBay, and also some Bumblebee stuff because he does like his bumblebees, and there was some of Oliver's old toys, all that kind of stuff. And we swapped that for that and money. I also gave him my a G1 Bumblebee that I had from when I was a kid. I got two of them. It was the one that Oliver used to play with, and it's kind of nice. It's gone to a good home, if you know what I mean. Probably the biggest thing I picked up from Dave was Masterpiece Inferno here. Yeah, I mean, Inferno, I've told Dave this story a number of times. Inferno's a funny character for me. He's one that I should really, really love. But as a kid, I was bombarded with Inferno figures. Remember the little coupons that you used to send off, the little tokens from the figures? I used to send them off and request like a Mirage or something like that. And they were always out of stock, so they sent me Bleeding Inferno. Now, I must have ended up with about 5 of these. I haven't actually transformed him yet. I haven't actually looked at any of these since I've been in the hotel, to be honest. But we've got, here he is in his box. He is missing a couple of the faces, but I'm not bothered about that, to be honest. I wasn't even bothered about the box. I'll just display him with a standard face on there. Yeah, and it's got like the toy accurate front piece grille, and also the toon accurate one. That's the way I'm after. But yeah, awesome little Inferno. Really, really happy to have him. Yeah, and I do like the masterpieces, and the masterpieces now, especially at the secondary market price, ain't that far off leader price. I mean, I know I got this guy cheap, but like, yeah, but I want to grapple now. After getting that, we're never happy, are we? But I want to grapple now, but I'm going to enjoy Inferno when I get home. I'm going to transform. He also gave me a few of these Terminator 2 cards. I think he was sent a parcel from a follower. And like, he knows I'm a bigger Terminator fan than him, so he's given me these, which is pretty awesome. Might have a look for a full set of them. It's been a while since I've collected cards, so I'll pop them back in Inferno's box. Also picked up this Toy World Space Racer. One that Dave actually did a song for, so it's pretty cool to own it. It is missing its stand, so a stand broke on it. I mean, I'm not too bothered, I probably wouldn't have used it anyway. And yeah, it's a nice little Cosmos. One thing I will say though, opening him up, is there ain't much difference between him and the Legacy version, Speedy version, wasn't it? In size, yeah. So I mean, he's nice. Maybe I am collecting a bit more MP now. Maybe this will send me down a different road because I've been getting a little bit frustrated with the mainline stuff, and I've got a bit of catching up to do on MP. So maybe that's what I'll be doing from now on. I don't know. You know what we like as collectors? We change our minds every couple of minutes. So there we go. Inferno also come with a little mini Optimus Prime figure, which is pretty awesome. So, cheers for that, Dave. And then when we were rummaging through his boxes, he offered me some bits, and they were pretty awesome, to be fair. A bit of a G1 Ripper Snapper. I think Dave was given this guy by in a lot that he was handed to him. He has seen better days. He's got a bit of rust here, and he's got a bit of damage on the arm, which I didn't notice. But he does come with his gun, and I don't have the gun at all. And I think there's parts of my G1 one that I can use to make one good one from my childhood. So I'm going to probably be taking these apart and making one good Ripper Snapper, which is awesome. But it's great to have the gun. I've never even seen the gun before, so that is pretty awesome. I always fancied this Rock Lord. And Dave had him, he was just in storage, and he went, oh, yeah, you can have him. Yeah. I don't know what he's called, and I always remember he's got two heads, or she's got two heads. I have no idea what gender this is. It's a rock. But yeah, pretty awesome. There is something odd on the back. There's like a little fingerprint thing on there. And if I remember rightly, actually, I think the fingerprints of the designers were cast into the Rock Lords, if I remember rightly. So that could be a fingerprint of one of the designers. So yeah, there we go. Pretty awesome. He also gave me this little third-party Erector, which is brilliant. I love Erector. Right, he's got such a history, hasn't he? As this odd little Micromaster character with a bizarre, slightly sexual name. But yeah, it's like the Huffer mould. He probably kind of will scale with some of the other Micromasters now that we had in Siege and that. So maybe, yeah. He's cool anyway. So thanks, Dave. I love Erector. He's awesome. So yeah, picked up him. He looks like the Huffer mould. And then finally, Dave gave me this. I've got no idea how I'm going to get it home on the train, but it's a Boba Fett figure. It was in storage. Apparently, it has lights and sounds in it, but the batteries have gone in it. But it's a cool little, that 12-inch scale Boba Fett figure. And Boba Fett is awesome, isn't it? So I think he might just sit next to my lamp. I think, maybe. I don't know. We buy these things, don't we? We haven't got a clue where we're going to put them. But thank you. Well, I didn't buy it. It was gifted me, but you know what I mean. And yeah, that's it. So that's everything that I've picked up from my little stay in Newcastle. Thanks a lot to Dave for allowing me to in his home and let me use his Wi-Fi and all the food, all the good time that we had. It was awesome. And Newcastle is a great place. If you haven't been, there was a fair few toy shops, great food, good people. Yeah, pretty awesome. So today's the 1st of May, and it's nearly been 2 weeks since I travelled up to Newcastle. It'll be 2 weeks tomorrow since I went up there. Sorry there hasn't been a video. I've been just so busy and a little bit under the weather again. I've got another bloody chesty cough cold thing which I just can't seem to get rid of. But you know what? Reflecting back, it was such a blur to go up there and see Dave. And like, this is going to sound really odd, but it felt like TFN, right? And bear with me a moment, right? There were 3 main ingredients to TFN. Number 1, your best friends. And Dave is one of my best friends. Number 2, toys in a hotel room. And I definitely got toys in a hotel room. And number 3, the Hilton breakfast. I was stopping in a Hilton, so I experienced a Hilton breakfast. So it was my own little personal TFN just for me and Dave. That's what it felt like. But yeah, it was awesome. It was such a good a good couple of days, and thanks again, mate, for being so hospitable, letting me around yours and everything like that. Now, what I thought I'd do is, I didn't show you this figure. Well, I showed you the box, but not really the figure. I opened up Inferno here, and he is glorious. I absolutely love this thing. Interesting, though, and this goes against what my normal MP collecting rules are. I normally go for toon accurate stuff, but I actually think I prefer the toy accurate one, because I actually don't remember Inferno with this head. Like, I watched the cartoon to see what the cartoon accurate head was, because I thought it was the other one. I thought this was a toy head, and no, this is the animation accurate head. So I was completely wrong. And so I'm in two minds now whether to switch the heads or just go for the normal accuracy, toy accuracy one. I really don't know, but what I will say, what a lovely MP this is. Dave, you were absolutely right about the backpack. How that ladder just disappears was incredible. And how this transforms is so intuitive. I didn't really use instructions at all. Dead easy to transform. Just an awesome figure. I'm really happy I have it. And I'm happy I've got Dave's, because it's nice to have a toy that one of you mates have enjoyed and then I've passed it on. But you know what? I'm gutted I waited so long for this mould, and I definitely do want to grapple now. He is absolutely awesome. I'll quickly show you Burnout here. Here she is, holding a rhino with a Gatling gun shooting out its arse. Yeah, this one's alright, isn't it? I mean, like, it's not going to win any awards. The skin mould is pretty trash, to be honest. And what I have to say is, yeah, Mr. QC got me on this one. There's a little paint chip on the faceplate. Nothing too bad. But yeah, I mean, this figure, I'm happy I got it for a tenner. It's not worth any more than that, to be completely honest. I'll only pick up a crosscut if I see it reduced and cheap, even though that figure does look the best out of the three, to be honest. But yeah, she's alright, isn't she? She's not too bad, and I don't know why she's holding Rhinox, but there we go. She is anyway. Now, there has been another toy. I went out to Burton-upon-Trent on Saturday, and I went and had a look round Toymaster, and Toymaster was pretty well stocked from a Transformers point of view. There was a number of things I could have had. They had the new Rise of the Beast Bumblebee from the Studio series in there, and a few other toys, but I don't know what it is lately. I'm just stopping myself from buying Transformers because it's just the price is too much. 25 quid for a deluxe seems to be the ceiling of what I'm willing to pay, and that feels a little bit too much. And I know I've said this before, but there was numerous occasions I could have picked up some Rise of the Beast stuff, or even some Earthspark stuff, because they were reduced in the Entertainer. But I passed on them all. The only thing I didn't pass on was I picked up a Black Series Grief Karga, a figure that I've left on the shelf numerous times, and I'm happy I didn't now, because actually I thought to myself, do I need another one? I've got one from season 1. The head sculpt on this is loads better, I have to say. Nice little figure, and it was £6.98, I think he was. So yeah, maybe I've been watching a lot of Star Wars stuff lately, to be honest with you. I've watched, started to watch Rebels, which has really got me into maybe picking up some Rebel figures, but not the Black Series ones. I've actually ordered a figure from the main line from back in the day when Rebels first come out, because I think they're a little bit more affordable. And actually, it's been quite enjoyable looking and see if we can pick up some bargains and not collecting things that are between 25 and 55 quid. Collecting things that are maybe between 5 and 10 quid, for example. So that was quite good. And I've also got another Black Series figure in the post. That was just £1 more than this, and another Mandalorian figure which I needed. So playing the waiting game seems to be working. From a Black Series point of view, and hopefully I'll be able to get some rewards from a Transformers point of view as well, because there's a lot of figures I'm passing on now that I probably would get if they were a bit cheaper price. So there we go. I also finished Resident Evil 4 this weekend. For those of you who haven't played it, it is awesome. I highly recommend it. Awesome game. Definitely worth picking up. I've actually just gone back and I never finished Resident Evil Village. It's that first person shooter thing I didn't like, but I've downloaded the add-on where you can play it third person, and I've just flew through a section of that, so I'll maybe try and clock that before I pick up Jedi Survivor. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video anyway. Dave, you're a legend. I miss you already, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again, and we'll have to arrange something. But yeah, until next time, I've been Zort Rider, and I'll catch you again very, very soon.